Look at this ceiling, this digger, this absolute mess. Because in about a year, every bit of this turns into a finished house that literally pays its own bills. It's a full gut renovation from absolute zero, bare concrete, rubble everywhere, so here's what's coming. Floors that heat themselves, a winter that swallows the site whole, one very small inspector, and a roof that ends up earning money. It starts ugly. Plumbing first, drain lines run across raw concrete, then insulation boards go down, room by room, because every warm winter morning this house ever gets is decided right here, on a floor nobody will ever see. On top goes a black vapor barrier, sealing the slab so moisture can't creep up into the floor. And over that, a full grid of steel mesh, cut with an angle grinder, tied by hand, joint after joint after joint. What he's building is basically lasagna. Construction lasagna, layer on layer. Everyone with a job it can't get wrong. And here's why all that base matters. Underfloor heating. Fresh pipe looped wall to wall in perfect serpentine runs that'll warm the whole place from the ground up. And then outside, a screed pump actually called the Estric Boy fires up and pumps liquid floor straight over the loops, burying them for good. Once that screed cures, it's like glass, flat enough to read a level on, and right away the bathroom takes shape. The linear shower drains set in, the very first tiles going down at the doorway. Now, the part nobody puts in the highlight reel, the electrics. Every socket in this whole house means core drilling a perfect circle into a finished plastered wall, marking it dead level, drilling, popping the core out clean, fishing the cable through, then moving 1 meter over to do it all again. And again, room after room, wall after wall, for the entire build. Zero glamour, just one guy, a hole saw, and the slow realization that this is his weekend now, and the next one, and the one after that. Ever lost a whole weekend to one repetitive job? You feel this. So hit that like. Then each of those socket boxes gets bedded into plaster, packed in flush and dead level, so the finish looks like it was always there. And then, there he is, leaning right into the lens to personally inspect his own work. Quality control on site, fully approved. After that drilling marathon, the man has earned a little victory lap into the camera. Quick tour of the guts hiding in here. Pipework tucked at the ceiling, a foil membrane sealing the roof line airtight, the wet room painted in dark waterproofing, slurry across every corner and seam, windows foamed and solid, and that big yellow duct in the rafters is the fresh air ventilation that keeps the whole house breathing. Then the whole place goes white. Roller on a pole, ceiling after ceiling, coat after coat, the least technical job in the build, and somehow the most satisfying to watch. And stick around, because that money-making roof is closer than it looks. Delivery day, and everything changes. Appliances rolling out of the van, cabinets climbing the walls, the kitchen landing in deep navy blue with a dark countertop. Bold move. Genius or too much? Settle it in the comments. With the kitchen in, the underlay rolls out and the wood-look flooring starts clicking together plank by plank. The whole ground floor finally pulling into one finished surface, and over on the wall, the electrical panel comes alive. Row after row of breakers, every circuit neatly labeled, the full wiring diagram taped up above it like a cheat sheet for exam day. Outside, the plinth gets its render and a garden tap goes in, and the boiler room quietly becomes the heart of the place. Heating unit on the wall, hot water cylinder beside it, manifolds feeding every floor loop. The house finally has a heartbeat. And then, just like that, winter. The timeline jumps, snow rolls in, and the work moves outdoors. A skid steer loader grinding through the frozen mud, carving out what's going to become the driveway. He's not even close to done. Post by post, beam by beam, a whole timber carport rises off the side of the house and the car rolls under a finished roof before the snow can argue about it. Inside, the site's picked up a brand new supervisor. Tiny, extremely strict, glued to the window every time the machines move. And while she runs quality control on the snow, down the hall the second bathroom gets tiled out, white and clean, top to bottom. Now here's a trade you almost never see. Stretch ceilings. The crew heats a sheet of membrane with a gas burner till it goes soft, pulls it corner to corner, and tucks the edges into the track with a spatula. And in minutes, a wrinkled sheet becomes a flawless, dead-flat ceiling with a glowing LED cove over the window. Then it's furniture time. and the whole energy shifts. Flat pack boxes, a drill, a play tent already pitched in the corner because this is the first room in the house that officially belongs to someone very small. And the main bathroom comes together into something genuinely showroom grade. Huge dark tiles, recessed spots, a glass shower wall carried in like a museum piece. Honestly, if you'd move into this place right now, subscribe, because the best part is still a minute away. Then spring melts the whole site into one giant mud pie, and the lawn campaign begins. Instead of just chucking seed around, he loads a proper push seeder and walks the entire plot, line by line by line, like he's mowing a lawn that doesn't exist yet. Then rake it level, roll it flat, and hand it over to the dirt and a lot of patience, because from here, nature does the part you can't rush. For now, the only ones really enjoying the fresh dirt are the supervisor and the dog, both fully convinced this giant brown rectangle was built just for them, neither having any clue what this yard's about to become. So the evenings turn into watering and waiting, the sprinkler ticking at dusk, and the only light left out here at night is the whole town glowing across the water. And then, almost overnight, something gives. Summer rolls in and it all pays off at once. A crane truck swings in and drops a full pallet of pavers like it's nothing. The yard fills with actual life, a sandbox, garden chairs, the kind of afternoon you build a house for, and that little laugh right there is basically the whole renovation, every brutal weekend finally cashing out. The driveway gets the clever treatment too. Geotextile down first, then honeycomb grass grids clicked over the top and packed full of gravel, so you get parking that drains itself, locks together, and never turns back into mud. And here's the payoff I promised you in the very first line: solar. A proper crew rolls up in branded vans, rails go down across the roof, and then panel by panel by panel, the whole roof disappears under them, until this isn't just a renovated house anymore. It's a private power plant, quietly turning daylight into money. Every single thing you watched, the drilling, the screed, the mud, the waiting, all of it was building toward a house that doesn't cost money to sit in. It earns. And this is the moment he gets to stand here and watch the meter run backwards. If you made it this far, subscribe for the next build and tell me which room you'd move into first.